If you've ever wanted to learn how to fishtail braid, or learn some extra tips to get better at it, this tutorial is for you. The fishtail braid is a time investment for sure, but it comes out beautifully detailed and is an important addition to your braiding skills. So let's get started. It starts out easy enough. First, split your hair into 2 even halves like this. Then, the basic technique of the fishtail braid involves pinching off a little bit of hair from the outside of the right half and adding it to the inside of the left half. Then also pinch off a little bit of hair from the outside of the left half and add it to the inside of the right half. And that completes one iteration of this braid. Pinch off another little bit of hair from the outside of the right half. Add to the inside of the left half. Pinch off a little bit from the outside of the left half. Add to the inside of the right half, and repeat this pattern for the entire braid. In terms of hand position for executing this braid, I hold each half in one of my hands. When I'm pinching off a little bit of hair from the outside, I drop that half momentarily to grab some hair from the outside of it. Then bring that bit across to the inside of the other half, and pinch the crossover point with my thumb and index finger to hold the braid together while I drop the other half with my other hand to pinch off more hair. Alternatively, if you don't feel comfortable dropping the halves without losing the braid, keep both halves in your hands. In order to split off some hair from the outside of each half, use your index finger to poke through the hair from the back and separate a little section that way. Then hook the strand with a finger from the other hand to add it to the inside of the other half. Then run your first hand down the length of your hair in between that section and the rest of the hair it came from in order to fully separate it and not cause tangles down the line. With this method, it's easier to hold the braid together tightly, but it's harder to control the size of the section you break off. Like I mentioned earlier, the fishtail braid can take a long time. As you can see, splitting off little bits from each half doesn't make you progress down the length of the braid very quickly. If you spend the time using tiny sections, you get a very detailed finished braid like this. But if you're in more of a rush, you can take bigger sections of hair. That makes the fishtail look chunkier in the end, but is still a fishtail nonetheless. It's also possible to do variations on the fishtail braid, like lace fishtail, Dutch fishtail, or French. I'm going to show you the French version here. Starting with some hair on the top of your head, split in half and do one iteration of a fishtail braid. Then pick up some more free hanging hair next to this forming braid. If you want a detailed braid, pick up just a bit. If you want a faster and chunkier braid, pick up more hair. Then also pinch off a little bit of hair from the outside of the left half, add the new hair to this bit, and add all of that to the inside of the right half. Then pick up new hair on the other side, split off a little bit from the right half of the braid, add to the new hair, and add all of that to the inside of the left half. And repeat for as long as there is free hanging hair to add in. You can see here that I hold both halves of the braid with one hand while I pick up new hair with the other. You can do this by holding each half in a different space between your fingers. If you wanted to do a lace braid version of this, you would simply add in new hair to just one side of the braid, like in other lace braids. And to do a Dutch version, weave your little strands underneath the half they came from in order to add to the inside of the other half, instead of crossing them over like in the French version here. By mastering these basics of the fishtail braid, you open yourself up to do much more advanced versions. For instance, there's the fused fishtail braid that I have a different tutorial for on my channel, or the 3-strand or twisted edge fishtail. Because of all the detail in this braid, all these versions look really striking. So keep practicing and you'll be able to impress everyone with this in no time. This video is a part of a basic braiding tutorial series I'm doing as a 12 Days of Christmas event at the end of 2016. So if you like this video, come back to this channel every day for a new braid to learn. Or if it's past 2016 by now, you can check out all of these basic braiding tutorials in the playlist over to the right, as well as some other hair tricks and tips videos in there for basic hairstyling advice. Thanks for watching and happy braiding!